not too fast. It was okay. It was okay. I won't say it was a slow or fast. I don't know. But I'm not going to keep you guys long. It's every time now that I start to do my inspiration in 30s, someone always call and like want something or whatever. But I wanted to come on first and just say thank you to everyone who sent their texts, who called, who sent me some DMs, who reached out to me. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. I appreciate all of the encouragement, everything, because yesterday I really did need it. I promise you, I really did need it. And I'm so happy that, some of you ladies reached out and was like, Glow, don't worry about it. The just keep doing what you're doing. You guys gave me some great Bible verses to look at, and I wrote them down too. I didn't take it lightly. I wrote them down and I really, really read them because I wanted to make sure that I was listening and doing my work. Hey, Vanessa. I wanted to make sure, but I also said to myself, you know what? This is the type of community that I wanted to build, and I'm so happy because as soon as a sister is in a state where she couldn't get it together like me, you guys came to the rescue to encourage me to get back up on it because I had to go out and go to work that way. Either I went to work angry, right? Or I would have got it together. And all of you guys came and sent me calls and texts. And one person was like, you got to be able to stay focused and get on with your day, but once you get that time, I want you to go somewhere and I want you to read this and all that stuff. So I appreciate all of that, and I thank you guys. Because what we try to stress and what I keep saying is we all need support at some point in time, right? We all need support. We're all going through stuff. We all have emotions. We all have feelings. We all have things that we're going through. And most of the time, the people who are around us, the people who see us every day, really don't understand what we go through, right? Because they believe that that you could come out of everything. You're just so strong. Well, you know what? The person who is the strongest person still needs help and support too, right? We feel too, right? We want to be able to express ourselves in our emotions and not try to keep it all together, right? And so I'm glad that you guys gave me that space to do that. And I'm also glad that you guys have given me the opportunity to express myself and also be able to get the support that I need. So I love you guys for that and thank you. What I wanted to just say today is to continue to express my love. We are about to go into the weekend. It is Friday. It is a gloomy Friday here in Atlanta, but wherever you are, one of the things that I want you to know is that whatever it is that you are going through, uh, feel like you need to change, or however state you in right now, I really want you to know how powerful you are and that you can come up out of anything. Okay? Now, some of us are in deeper than others. As far as the situations is concerned, you might be married and feel like you stuck, or you might be single and feel like you lonely, or you feel like you're frustrated, or anything that's going on in your life right now. I want you to take that moment to woosah and get yourself back together. Because see, when we let the things take advantage of us, we get scattered all over the place and we can't think, right? When we let frustrations and everything take over us, we're not able to think clearly. So we can't move forward. We don't know what to do. The only thing that's clouding our mind is frustration. The only thing that's clouding our mind is what's going on, right? And it eats at us over and over and over again. And the only thing that we have to do is just know that in that space, when we are feeling what we feeling, you have to be able to say to yourself, you know what? I'm frustrated and I'm angry and I'm mad, but I'm not thinking clearly. And I know I'm not. And I know I cannot make a decision on my next move while I'm in this state. Because if I do, I know it's the wrong one because I'm not thinking clearly. I'm thinking out of jealousy, regret, frustration, anger, whatever it is that you're feeling, right? We have to be able to use our tools so that we know what the next steps are going to be, right? It is September. I'm just going to say it because it's August 28th. It is September. We got 90 days before we go into 2021. And while everybody is so happy to see what 2021 is going to look like, I just keep telling people we haven't even cracked the surface of all the things that happened in 2020. So when we go to 2021, we're going to start to be in our rebuilding phase because all hell broke loose in 2020. And now 2021, we're going to have to rebuild. We're going to have to start over. We're going to have to deal with our issues and our cleanups that happened this year, right? But how are we going to prepare for that? And how are we going to do that? And what are we going to do? That's the thing that we have to ask ourselves. What are we going to do to plan for our next year? Are we going to stay stuck or are we going to finally make a decision? Because you know what? Time is going, life is going, nature is moving, everything is happening. Everything else is moving the way it should be, and it is on time. Have you noticed that? Everything is moving the way it should be, and it's on time. What are you doing? How are you moving forward? What are you doing with your life? Hey, Deborah. Hey, Regina. What are you doing with your life? I don't want you ladies to feel like you're stuck or you can't move forward. Fear is stopping you, and you don't have the opportunities or the money or whatever it is that you're trying to do to get you to the next level, because you do. You really, really do. You just don't see the path, so you don't move. And that could be anything, right? Or you are afraid to take that step because you think that you are going to fail. Right now, if you are sitting in that place and you're telling yourself, look, I don't know why I'm not moving. I don't know why I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. Right? I know I don't like where I am, but I just don't know how to get to that next level, Gloria. And I've been trying. I've been trying to get the kids together. I've been trying to get all this together, the grandkids, my older children, and I feel stuck. I talked to one lady the other day, not yesterday, but the other day. And she just broke down very quickly. And I had to do, I couldn't do anything because I heard her story, but I knew that she would have to make a decision, and she knew the decision she had to make. So basically, she has a son who suffers from bad anxiety and another son who suffers from an addiction, right? And she was just saying, Gloria, I'm so tired. My kids are grown, but they are running me ragged. I don't know what to do. Like my son who has an addiction keeps calling and calling, and then he says someone is trying to kill him, and I don't know what to do. And I've been enabling him for so long, trying to get him help and do all this stuff, but he's not listening. And then I have my son who suffers from anxiety. I don't know what to do with him because he can't even go get a job, right? He can't even go get a job because once he go in a room, the room could be cold as ice and he's just sweating. And so he's at home and he doesn't know what to do because he gets so afraid. And I said, how did they, what was going on? What happened? She said, their father committed suicide. And because their father committed suicide, the trauma of that affected them so bad that I have an addicted son and I have a son full of anxiety who tried to take his own life. And she said, Gloria, when I ran over there to go ahead and check on him because he called me, inside of the bed was the same kind of knife that the father killed himself with because the father took a knife and drove it right through his heart, right? And I sat there and I said, you know, what do you want? You know what I'm saying? What is it that you want? She said, I want my kids to get better and I want them to get the therapy they need, but they just won't do it. They just won't get themselves in this position. And I'm stressed out. I'm trying to keep my job and I'm sending money and I'm doing all this stuff. And I want a life for me. She's remarried now, right? She said, and it's bringing stress on the marriage because, they keep asking and they keep asking and they keep doing this. And I'm like, sounds like to me, you have to make a decision on what you want to do. She said, I know. She said, I know what the answer is, Gloria. I got to stop enabling them. I got to live my life. But those are my kids. Those are my babies. And I can't let them go. I don't want them to feel like I'm abandoning them. And I told her, I said, well, those kids are grown and they're making their own decision, right? And they already telling you what they want because they're making decisions each and every day that benefits them. And they know that whatever it is that they do, that you will help them support their addictions and help support their habits because they understand and they know that you feel guilty about it. You feel guilty about what happened. And it wasn't even your fault. It's not your fault your husband took his life, right? And that's why I tell you, ladies, and that's why I was bawling crying yesterday because trauma, when kids are affected, something that we know, it sticks with you. These are grown men now. These are grown men now. And the mom, right? The mom, she did what she could. She did the best she could. She tried to give them what she needed. And it's been years and years and years. They went from young boys to men, and they still are where they are. At what point do you start to choose yourself and say, you know what, you have to go ahead and go on with your life? Whatever it is that you choose, that's what you choose. And she said, well, my son who's addicted would say, Mom, they're gonna kill me, and you're gonna let that happen, and I need to get some money, and why you can't send it? And I said, let me tell you something that I know. Because I had a mom who had an addiction. I've seen it all throughout my family. That's the addiction talking, right? That's not your son. That's the addiction talking. And until he's ready to live his life, we're going to have to do what my grandmother said. We're going to have to wash our hands, right? But that shit is hard to do because these are your kids. This is your husband, right? This is your life. This is the environment that you were in and that you grew up in. But when are we going to make a decision that our life is important too? We have to be able to choose ourselves, right? And not feel guilty about it. And I know it is very hard to do. It is very hard to do. But when you do, some people straighten up, some people get worse. But you have to be able to sit with the outcome on what's going to happen, right? And we don't want to face that because we believe that we want to be able to protect the people we love. We want to be able to be that good wife, that good girlfriend, that good mother, all of that stuff, because our hearts are so big. We are women. We are nurturers by nature. That's just what we do. But we got to understand and not feel guilty about nurturing ourselves, being good to ourselves, putting forth the effort to know that if we're going to live our life, that we have to be able to choose ourselves. And if people fall away, including our kids, then so be it. Are you being selfish? No. You're trying to keep yourself in a position where if anything do happen and they do need you, you'll be ready and prepared. If you don't, and I like what you said, Deborah, I experienced a similar situation and it almost destroyed me. If you don't, it will destroy you because you're stressed out and you wonder why you're getting sick and you having all these diseases and strokes and all this stuff. Like, why is my body doing all these things? Because you didn't get yourself in order. You told yourself you could keep going and you could worry and you could stress out and you could do all that stuff. No, your life is important too. Your life is important too. And the things that you want to do, I don't care if you just want to take today, sit in your house, have a glass of wine, laugh at your favorite show, put your feet up, and don't have anybody bother you. Go in your room and close your door. You have the right to do that. And no one should knock on that door, bother you, or do anything to get you to come out of your peace. Right? The most they would do is look around and be like, oh man, she must be on that, I don't know, that woman empowerment thing again. She in that room. I don't know what she doing. So let's just go ahead and give her what it is that she needs for now. Right? Hopefully she come out with a new attitude because she got an attitude. No, baby, I don't have an attitude. Mommy doesn't have an attitude. My manager at work, I don't have an attitude. You know what I'm doing? I'm choosing me first. I'm doing what I want to do. My work will get done at work, but I'm going to make sure that I get it done with my own peace. When I get home and you need help with your homework or we virtually learning and all that stuff will get done. But I'm making sure that I'm in my right state of mind. Because when it's time for me to add these goddamn numbers and sit up here and look at you, sound out words for 10 to 15 minutes, I don't want to lash out at you, right? I don't want to be frustrated because really it's something that I don't want to do. I want to be able to have my peace so I can be patient with you. So I can look at this new way of doing math and sit down and figure it out without yelling or doing something and making you feel like you're doing something wrong and I'm mad at you, because that's not it. I'm mad at myself because I didn't choose me. You get it? And so I want you to know and to understand that while we're walking this walk, it is priority. It is a non-negotiable. It is necessary that you do things for you. I don't care if they say, oh, she's too emotional. She's sitting up there with that attitude again. She fucking reading books now about, her life and her past. I don't know what's going on with her. Just be like, I'm getting better, boo. I'm changing. I'm getting better and I'm changing. And I'm loving it. I don't know how it's going to work out here. I don't know how the relationship with you guys are going to um, is going to change. But what I do know is that I am going to change for me and become a better person so I could be a better person to you, right? And for all my women who are in a situation where they are by themselves and you're like, well, Gloria, I really don't have nobody, right? Like I'm actually up here by myself struggling with that. Let me tell you something that Miss Jackie told me over the weekend. She said, sometimes you have to be able to be okay alone so you could go ahead and make room for the person who is supposed to be in that space, right? Because see, what happens is, and what we don't understand is that the person that we were with or with, that is who you used to be. If you go back being the same person you used to be, then y'all get along great, right? Things will be cool. If you were used to giving and being quiet and, not saying anything and allowing that person to have everything and cheat and do all that, and all you did was yell and then y'all back together, then you will have a fantastic relationship. Nobody is judging you, right? If you feel that that is cool, then bless that relationship and you guys move on. But if you know that you need to make a change, and you know that that change comes with you being alone for a while, why not take the growth? It's hard because you want to go back to what's familiar, right? It's familiar, it's easy, it's comfortable. But at the same time, is it good for you though? For where you going? Because it can keep you stuck. It can keep you stuck if you don't know how to let go. Now, that is my biggest thing. I have a problem with letting go of anything. If you looking at, it could be a person, it could be any little trinkets, it could be anything. Because I always feel that I can repurpose everything, right? Like for real, I feel that I can repurpose everything. All of the journals I write in, y'all, all of the computers that I fix and all that, they are all around in this apartment, the books and everything, because when it's time to let go of stuff, I'm just like, no, I could use this for later. No, I could do something with this. And it's very hard for me to let go. And when I sit with myself and I say, well, Gloria, why is it so hard for you to let go of something, somebody, or whatever it is that you have? And When I got my answer, I said, yes, that is true. I can't let go of the fantasy of what I think it should be in my head. You get it? I can't let go of the fantasy. In real life, it ain't shit, right? In real life, it ain't shit. Like, in real life, I'm not even getting half of what I need from these papers, these computers, that person, all that, right? I'm not getting any of that. But in my head, I'm replaying that fantasy over and over again, and I'm replaying how things can change and what I can do with what I have, and how if I just push harder and be a certain way more, that everything will work out. Because you know what? You got to give people time. I can hold on to everything that I have, because one day I'm going to need it. No, ma'am. Nope. The affirmation that I have on my mirror in the bathroom says, anything you tolerate will never change. Anything you tolerate will never change. Freedom is a two-way street. If you tolerate mess, that's exactly what you're going to get. If you tolerate inconsistency, if you tolerate how a person treats you, that's what you're going to get. Because why should they change? I would rather be alone, right, than be treated this way. Because what we're really doing is standing up for ourselves to say, you know what, I'm worth more than this. I am worth more than this. And even though it is going to hurt me, because I'm going to miss that fantasy that's in my head. Oh, we used to go out, we used to hang out, we used to do all these wonderful things. I have to look at the whole picture. Where, yeah, we had those good times, but most of the time my ass was complaining. And you sit up there and you say, wait a minute. When I think, okay, what was I complaining about? I was complaining about you not showing up. I was complaining about, you making excuses. I was complaining about this. I was complaining about that. So what kind of relationship was you in? Are you just living on the good times, right? And waiting for those things to happen while the rest of the time you're being treated like shit? Is that what you think you deserve? And if you know it's not, Gloria, let's go ahead and put it to the test and see what happens. So when I started putting up boundaries and saying, nah, you know what? You ain't even worth my time. I'm not going to do this. No, you're not going to have my body. And then you tell me you don't want to be with me. You don't want to be with me, but you'll take my you know what. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we're not going to do that. And when we take that stand and we form those boundaries, what happened? You don't hear from the people. You don't hear shit. Because now they're not getting what they want from you. And they are showing you who they are. So now you say to yourself, well, I made my decision and I'm in this house and I'm by myself and, I don't have a relationship, blah, blah, blah. You have a relationship with yourself, honey. This is a perfect time for you to do that self-digging as to why you're doing what you're doing, why you're acting the way you're acting, and why are you allowing someone to treat you this way where you are more than that. You are more than that. We have to get out. I saw a quote about it, but I didn't really. I forgot what it said about being comfortable. How our comfortability really kills us, right? Because we go back to the familiar, we go back to what's comfortable because we want to suit our own needs. But at the same time, when our feelings get into it, now we're trying to bash and throw stuff and be all, irate and everything, right? Where the only person we have to be upset with is ourselves, us, because we allowed it, we did it. If I think about it, and I'm a single person, and I live alone with two dogs, right? If I allowed that person, and I'm going to just be real, if I allowed that person to just come and sleep with me, right? Knowing, I know it ain't like it wasn't said. It ain't like I didn't know. Knowing that this person said out of their mouth that they don't want me. They said it out their mouth, right? I don't know if we could be together. And then I said, but you will sleep with me though, right? Yeah. Ain't that a bitch? And my eyes are open because I'm saying to myself, well, you will sleep with me, but you don't want me. But here's my crossroad, right? If I allow this to happen and we carry on this type of relationship, and let's say you find somebody else or do something or whatever, because we know that's evident, and you turn back around and tell me, well, we ain't together anyway. I told you that. I told you I ain't want you. I would go crazy. You hear me? I'm serious. So you have to be able to set the record straight in the beginning. And we have to be able to stick to it. Why? Because the person is already telling you what they think of you. And you have, if you choose that, if you believe that that's what you want, I'm not judging no one. I'm not in a position to judge. I'm just giving you my own example, right? If you do choose that and it goes down that road, you can't be upset with nobody but yourself, right? You can't be upset with nobody but yourself, because whatever you tolerate will never change. When you don't set those boundaries, you're going to get what you're going to get. And people will do what they want to do with you. They will get what they want from you. Men, women, children, boss, whatever label you want to put on it. Because we are all selfish. We are all thinking about ourselves. But see, what we do as women, we'll sacrifice ourselves so that some other person will be able to get what they want and we don't get shit. Or we'll take a little and give them the most because we feel like we are sharing. We treat them the way we want to be treated first. And then when we don't get that, now then we want to treat them how they treat us. And then we get upset. So for all my people who think that they don't have nobody, nobody's coming, they coming. But what do you have to do, and how do you have to fix yourself in order to go ahead and allow that person to come into your life? To get your kids to understand where you're going, how you're going to push yourself to, get to that next level in your business or whatever it is that you are embarking on, your dreams, whatever it is that you're doing, right? This journey is not easy. It is not easy. We are tempted every day to go back to what's familiar, what's comfortable, those old habits, all that stuff, because that's the easy way out. That's the easy way out. But when we decide to choose something different, our world disrupts. And that's what happened in 2020. The world got disrupted and we were forced to change. 2021, we're going to have to do a big rebuild. But what does that say about you? You know? So know that when you're on this journey, don't make decisions angry. Don't get so frustrated where you can't think. Don't get so comfortable where you giving other people the best of you and you're not getting anything back. Allow yourself to stand firm in your standards. They're gonna call you a bitch and you this and you trying to be all uppity and mighty and you not the person who you used to be. Yes, that is so true. I am not who I used to be. You are not going to get the best of me and I don't get anything back. Right? I deserve more and I deserve better. Okay, ladies, y'all have a good weekend. I got to go. But most definitely, thank you again for reaching out, sending all of the scriptures and the affirmations and the love texts, everything. I really do appreciate it. Okay? I gotta go. Always make sure you choose yourself first because other people do it. Why not you? Later, Tater. Bye.